Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you, good that.
Hello.
Hello.
Good something.
Good something.
Hello.
I'm Ryan, and this is...
I'm Zach.
Well, yes,
Kind of sounded like you forgot who I was for a second.
yeah,
there
I suppose
in
it
that.
did. If you're listening, yep, that's fair.
If you're listening.
If you're listening.
If you're
I
not
hope
listening.
You're not. No,
What's going
no,
on?
wait, what?
How are
No,
you here? Yeah.
I don't know, but no.
Maybe they're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. A totally
Mm-hmm.
normal episode that exactly matches this audio.
Oh, for sure.
and
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with the video.
No-
Nothing happened with the video.
Nothing happened with the video. Everything went totally fine. You
Absolutely.
definitely don't need to go watch it immediately on Facebook. Or if this is out before that, wait and then watch it on Facebook. Because who knows? I don't know. I'm only the one that does all the editing. How would I control that?
Oh, no, yeah, no. I do editing all the time as well, so I totally know what's happening.
Yes.
Behind the screen. Behind the screen? I don't
Behind
know.
the screen.
No, anyway, so,
Where all the editing is done.
rambles. But,
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's the show. Yeah.
It is the
We're in
show.
rambles.
We had some stuff to talk about today. We have news, we have events.
We do. I have
yes.
events.
You
You've
have
got
events.
nothing because
Nope.
I have the iPad.
You do.
So you want to hear some events? What's going on at Gigabytes Cafe in Marietta,
let's-
Georgia?
Let's hear events.
You can shop all your great stuff on gigabytesonline.com. If you're not local, check it out, and you can get stuff shipped to you. There's a lot of stuff on there that's pretty cool. But if
Cool
you are
stuff.
local, you got events you can go to.
Yeah, come down.
So we got an event. I'm excited about this one. I'm not going to be playing in it. I've never played this game, but I like anything Marvel because I'm a fanboy. I don't care.
Okay.
Marvel Champions
Marvel's
event,
cool.
the Mutant Genesis organized play day, or as I've just noticed, where a offsite correspondent Phil wrote down the note, Genesis Organ-Zard play day. That's awesome.
Okay.
So you can go out to an Organ-Zard play day.
Mhm.
It's Saturday, October 19th at 4 to 6,
Alright.
which is tomorrow. Actually,
Yeah,
when
for
you're
us,
listening
yeah.
to this, yeah. Or if you're listening to this in the future, it was
Yep.
sometime in the past.
Oops.
If
you
you-
might have missed it. You'll have to access your time machine.
Yeah,
So,
get that time machine that you build next week to go back in time to show up there. Entry fee's only $5, so it's worth building the time machine.
yeah, if you take the time to get the money, then you could go back, and then
Yeah.
it's no problem.
Earn
whatsoever.
$5, build a time
Earn
machine, go back,
$5.
play in this tournament. Yeah, and you can join. It's a Marvel Champions event. There's a organized play kit thing that came out. If this is your game, you kind of know what's going on with it, so you can check that out. Here's one that I am excited for. That makes it
Okay.
sound like I'm not excited for the other one. Here's one that
Oh.
I'm really interested in going, and maybe we can go and do some photos and stuff.
All
There's
right.
a Gigabytes Paint and Take.
Yeah.
So this is the October 20th, which is 2 days from now, or
Ah.
if you're in the far, far, far future, 17,000 years ago, when
Yeah.
mankind only had 2 arms.
This is the last remnant of Earth, and
That-
it's this podcast.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah,
I
that
feel
would
like
be-
that's the best. Like,
this
you know
is-
what I mean? This is Earth.
Somebody
You know?
dredges this out of a pile of rubbish in the far future, and they're like, "Oh, a fragment of civilization. What wisdom do they had?" And it's just us, basically making fart noises and
Oh, yeah.
talking about games and stuff that we like.
Yeah, we could do fart noises. We could
Yeah.
totally do that.
We can do that. Well, we got that greatest hits collection coming out in
Oh, of course.
in a little bit. Don't give it away. Don't give the magic away.
Yeah, we have extra microphones set up in the studio just to capture farts for the.
They are. There's a lot of them too. The studio is rank. So the paint and tank, which is probably mostly fart free,
Yep.
will be Sunday, October 20th, 1 to 4 p.m. They got WizKids painting kits and miniatures, so you go online and you can pick out which one you want, and I think they're from $10 to $20 based on the size of the miniature, and you can show up. There'll
That's
be people
easy
there
entry.
to, yeah, it's cheap. There are people there that will. It's all the different monsters that we mispronounced the last time we
Yeah,
did this, and
of course.
forgot the engorged Duragar or whatever I said that was not right.
Enraged.
Enraged.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I believe it was enraged.
Well, he could be both.
Not in. Well,
One leads to the other.
paint them your way.
Yeah, you know what? It's your miniature paint however you want to. But yeah, you can go in and do the paint and take, and there'll be people there to kind of help learn new painting stuff and teach you some things. And if you're a really good painter, show up and help spread the love. Teach people how to paint well.
Share-
Everyone benefits from well painted miniatures.
Of course.
You don't want to be at a tournament or at a D&D game. And it's like, oh no, the main boss, and it's just the gray piece of plastic. You gotta put a little pizzazz in there.
Gray plastic or not thinned paint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a fun one too. So.
Did you also just think of that video of all
Oh,
the
of
Space
course.
Marines where they're just screaming, "Ah!
Brother! Yeah,
Brother!"
it's just paint.
There's one shot of that where it's like a slow zoom in on one whose eyes are in 2 different hemispheres, and it kills me every time. And the last event on the short list, Legend of Sleepy Hollow, a 5e one-shot, is Saturday, October 26th at 7.
Oh, awesome.
I'm going to read the description of this.
Oh.
I'm going to read it dramatically.
Okay.
The urge to just go, a schoolmaster vanishes. I'm not going to read it like that.
Okay.
A schoolmaster. Nope.
Nope.
Let's try this again. This is a live podcast.
And reset and clap.
All right. A schoolmaster vanishes in an isolated farming community in the towering wood of the Eldine Reaches, while an ages-old curse is reawakened, and an enchanted forest burns under the hooves of Nightmare. There's a lot of stuff going on in this town.
Yeah.
It's a popular taste. You got 7 players, and it's level 5 pre-generations. So you just show up, and they're like, you're Craig. This is you. You're Craig. It's
Craig.
not a who's Craig. It's a you're Craig.
You are Craig.
And also, there's one that's not on the list, but the Pokewitch is going to come back. She's haunting again and reading Pokemon Tarot, and I don't know what day that is, but if you go to the Gigabytes Facebook page, there's a date on there, and I'll put it in the show notes. I forgot to put it on the list, but
I was unaware there was Pokemon Tarot.
yeah,
Sounds cool.
They did this. She did this once before, and so it was pretty popular. So they're opening it up again, so you can show up. It's like a small price because you get snacks and tea and stuff like that. It's tarot and tea, and then
Tarot
you.
and tea. That's awesome.
But the Pokemon stuff is like, oh, you got a Bulbasaur, so an inverted Bulbasaur. You know what that means?
Leaves.
I
don't know.
It means he fell over. He can't get back up.
Yeah.
He's just,
Oh, yeah. He probably would have a hard time getting back up, wouldn't he?
yeah, because he's just a frog with a plant on him.
Yeah. Would the plant help? I don't know.
Yeah, do you notice that all the original starters are either reptiles or amphibians? Because Charmander's just a lizard. It turns into a dragon, but he's a lizard. And Squirtle's a turtle. And Bulbasaur's a frog. It's interesting. And then they went to like all mammals for like a bunch more of them.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know
wonder
why.
why
That was.
they were just feeling reptilian. I
Hot
suppose
fresh
in the
takes
studio.
on 1994 video game hit Pokemon.
Only here on the Tabletop Rambles.
Only here. Thank you. I forgot what the name of the show was that I was on again.
Oh, I just made it up, but that's actually the name of the show?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
shit.
the name of the show. You've been on it twice.
Oh,
You should.
have I?
Yeah.
Oh,
You should
really?
learn that.
Oh, no.
Ryan is
Just starts forgetting everything.
right.
No,
Yeah.
but
Immediately. Where am I? Who is
Oh,
this?
yeah, what's happening?
What is this thing in front of me? Punches microphone out of the
Oh,
way.
wow. That would sound wonderful.
It does. It does. I've hit the microphone before during podcasts, and you just when you get excited and you gesture with your hand, and it just is like, and another boom, and it swings the arm all the way away from you. Yeah, and it's great.
Okay.
So speaking of swingy things and pointing at new, this segue is hard. Bail me out, Ryan. What are we talking about next?
I know. I kind of want to see how long this goes.
The changes is coming. Changes.
Yep.
Spare some change for points.
Spare change. But
The
yeah, no.
points part of the podcast. That's the whole intro.
The points. Yes. So
What
yeah,
is the point?
the
Ryan?
recent Warhammer 40k balance like data slate Munitorum field manual. They're naming it a couple of different things now, I think. But yeah, that came out. So some recent changes there. I haven't gotten a full chance to look into everything. I know you were mentioning world leaders, and I got a second to look at the Imperial Guard changes. So Ogryn squads, regular Ogryn squads. That's kind of hard to say.
Ogryn squads. Yeah.
That's a little difficult. But
weird
so
word.
they went down a little bit in prices, along with the heavy weapons squad and the field ordnance battery, if you need some extra boom. But the tank commander went up, and what else went up?
I do like the field ordnance batteries. Like,
Oh, they look cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
really
neat.
liked them. Yeah.
I don't know how they work. I don't know if they're any good or not in the
They're not
game.
bad.
But I feel like that's how I would want to play guard, because tanks are all right. But man, it's more fun to me to just have like, here's a butt ton of artillery,
That's
and please don't charge me.
that's my thing too. Yeah, I find it more fun to just flood the field with a bunch of dudes, and you just hope that one gun over there finally gets its shot off on like the 50% chance. So yeah, I don't know. That's more fun to me than just a couple tanks, like 2-3 tanks. No, it's more fun to have like 6 guns, like 6 big guns, and dudes running it around on wheels. That's fun.
How did they get there? Who knows?
No,
They're
yeah,
just
no.
all set up.
The tanks drove by, dropped them off, then left, and went to somewhere else. So, yeah.
They went to play another game. I also noticed. Oh, did you have more stuff about?
No, I mean that was it. I think the Scout and Sentinels went down as well, which is a little surprising. I think they were already doing pretty well. So yeah, I don't know, but that's
Sometimes I wonder when we're talking about because I think we said this before, when we're talking about the points changes, is it like, oh well, we found 50 extra cases or pallets of these in a warehouse. Let's try to sell through some of them, or we're putting them in the Christmas box. We want to make the Christmas box a little more, interesting. Like, there's so many things that go into the point cost.
of course, yeah.
And I kind of, it's partially like, I think there's someone doing a lot of work maybe, and they're really balancing, and they're really honed in. Or they have one of those giant bingo machines, and they just rotate, and someone grabs a ball and goes, Adeptus Custodes, down 10 points across the board, and then they just do that, and then everyone goes, oh, there must be a good reason for it, and they've just been playing
No.
this.
Yeah, I was imagining like someone's just punching in the numbers on an Excel sheet at home, and then they just accidentally, like their cat just walks across the keyboard and is like, "Oh, that 5 looks okay," and they just keep going.
That's
So,
just the cat just does the work.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
it's James Workshop the horse. He can't type. He has hooves.
Yeah, well, that would make it
He's
more
just
difficult to come up with the points.
Clopping around on a giant like keyboard that they built for him, like the big FAO Schwartz like
Oh,
musical
yeah.
keyboard where you can run across it, and it makes
Yep.
music and stuff. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool actually. Giant horse keyboard.
I gotta see it now.
We'll make one
Oh,
to the
boom.
budget department.
Oh,
We
let's
have
go.
$8.
Okay, so maybe a miniature. Well, that's still damn.
Yeah, that's we don't have that money.
Nope.
We have almost WizKids miniature money.
Almost.
I also noticed the Codex Adeptus Custodes. That's fun to say. Codex Custodes. They had some people drop. Like
Okay.
Trajan Valoris is down to like 140, which
Oh.
every list I see for him, he's in it. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I have a bunch of Custodes. Full disclosure, I've never played them.
Oh.
I just liked kit bashing them with Stormcast helmets because I thought they looked cool. And over
me
time,
too.
over 2 years of doing that, I suddenly realized I had about 1,200 points, and I was like, all right, I guess I should just go ahead and buy another 4 guys and make this an army.
That's pretty much, yeah, that would pretty much do it. Just 4 dudes. A bike and then the other tank. What is it? I forget. Is it a Praetorian or something like
Yeah,
that?
it's I think it's a Forge World tank. That's the
Oh,
problem
okay.
with Custodes is like
Yeah.
you have the 5 or 6 plastic kits, and then everything else like the Dreadnought and the tank are all Forge World kits, which means they're more pricey and maybe they got resin parts and
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
I like the bikes, and apparently they're the worst part of the army, but I think they
They
look
look
neat.
cool.
Yeah,
Yes, no, they look cool.
I like them.
So,
I'm gonna say this out, call out for other Ryan, not you,
Oh.
who was in a video with
Oh.
you
Ah.
that you can see on Gigabytes. I was gonna say Gigabytes Online. You can't see it there, but you can see it on the Facebook for Gigabytes.
yes, it's the Facebook, yes.
Yeah, we had a good baking competition thing. So
Mm-hmm.
go check that video out. All the Chaos Knights are down. Well, not all of them. A good chunk of the Chaos Knights are down. The Desecrator, the Spoiler, the War
Mm-hmm.
Dogs. So like, I think with all of this, he was saying you can fit another knight in there. Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty sizable.
Because then you have to go buy another $200 knight.
Well,
Oh, wait a
that's true.
minute. Hold on. I'm figuring this out.
Uh-oh.
I was trying to vamp for time while I scrolled down to World Eaters, but
Oops.
my God,
well,
are they
vamping vampires, it is October.
Blood
So,
Angels just came out this weekend.
Look at that. Yep.
Vampires, I think, right?
Sure.
Are they the ones that have the blood curse where they go crazy and they're pretty much vampires, but they don't want anyone to know that?
I think so.
Boy, I do not know anything about Blood
Now
Angels.
I have to add that to things to look up.
I know that when they showed off all the new Blood Angel lines, a couple of my friends reached out and were like, "Hey, can I get some Stormcast Prosecutor wings off of you to like
Yeah.
put on the Blood Angels so they look
People were a little upset with the wings, I believe.
and they're not Primaris, I think. The models, they look more like the
Oh.
squat old Space Marines, which if you like them, that's cool, but like it looks a little weird to have like Primaris and non-Primaris mixed up in that. So I don't know if
would,
that's
yeah.
just the pictures I saw.
Huh.
Not in any way a Blood Angels player, because what
Yeah.
I like is guys covered in red and blood.
Ah.
World Eaters,
Yep.
the superior Blood Angel.
Look at that.
So Angron went up,
Mhm.
and the World Eaters Master of Executions went up, which makes sense. They're literally in every list. When you
Yeah.
go, if you watch like Auspix, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, how do you start a World Eaters list?" It's like buy Angron, find a Master of Executions.
Yep.
Build your list from there.
Lots of executioning
Yeah.
happening.
But what's interesting to me is the Chaos Spawn also went up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Like
Fine.
someone's rocking it.
Yeah, somebody did something stupid with a tournament, and they were like, "We can't let that happen again." I know that they're very
Must have been
swingy.
It's one guy. Just
It's-
one guy.
There's all
for sure.
this. I don't know about 40K because there's so many
Mhm.
more players, but I know in Age of Sigmar, sometimes a tournament will just one person will run in with something that is insane, and everyone's like, they're gonna nerf that now because
Yep.
this guy won a tournament with all Beasts of Nurgle and it worked, or the madman that ran all chariots from the Beastmen
Oh, all
and
that's got to look awesome.
it-
Just on the table.
barely fit on the table,
Yeah.
but it was like 70-point chariots, so he got a ton of them and just blocked up the whole table and won because you couldn't get past them.
Can't go anywhere.
Yeah, and it was like, well, it kind of makes sense. Moving
Mhm.
scenery. And the World Eater's Demon Prince with wings went down because no one plays him because the other one's way better.
Yeah.
But he and Angron are the only things that can fly in that army, so it kind of
It's-
maybe you want a
yeah.
guy. I
It's
think
nice
he
to
looks
have some
neat.
flying.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's like that way he can fly up and get shot immediately off the table by
Boom.
the all the heavy armament stuff that you have.
Yep. It can with all the extra field ordnance batteries and heavy weapon squads you can field from the
Whoa.
guard. Ooh, look at that.
Whoa.
So
That's all the
anyway,
World
but
Eater
yeah.
stuff. It's the last
yeah.
one on the scroll. That's why I could have just
That's the
scrolled all the
W.
way down, but instead I had to check every single one
Yeah, it's alphabetical.
because that's Shoot, you're right.
It is.
I don't know how the alphabet works.
Oh no, that's gonna be the next show. Is us learning the alphabet.
Oh boy.
Relearning the alphabet. So.
Can we get the puppet to like teach us the alphabet like Sesame Street style?
Oh yeah, that's definitely
mean,
happening now.
Yeah. If we ever find that puppet, I don't know where he is. I haven't
He's
seen him in
running
like
around.
weeks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Weird.
Don't know. I really don't know.
Well, is there any other interesting news or things going on that you can think of? Because I think this is a pretty short episode because we kind of wanted to keep it short and sweet so you can get out there and enjoy this awesome weather.
Yeah, no, I'm
And, paint your
enjoying
miniatures outside.
the colder weather for sure. I don't think there was anything else like jumping out at me. I do not believe so.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of armies like I don't
Oh.
know Space Marines that neither of us have or play. So if something drastically
I just have my
changed,
kill team, and that's about it. A lot of the Space Marines went down just a little bit, so maybe you can get one extra squad or something on the table.
And a
Not
lot of
entirely
the-
certain.
Adeptus Sororitas went up a little bit.
Mhm. I think they've been doing really well at
Oh,
tournaments
yeah.
and stuff. So
Well, we can't have an army winning.
no,
Punish them.
so
Defeat
I
them.
think it might have been too well. They have their win percentages and such. So
Yeah, they want to keep what is it? They want to keep everything like at exactly 50 to 52%.
it's like
or
48 to
something.
like 52 or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like that's the margin of error.
mhm.
And every once in a while, it's like, well, you put out a new codex, and now that army
60
Leagues of O10 is in like 68 or something, and it's like, well, that might have been a problem.
Yeah,
They roll that
so-
back. Well, I have looked through, I have glanced through the rest of them, and yeah, everything else looks like it's pretty interesting. It is interesting to me that the Codex Blood Angels has point changes,
Yeah,
and it comes out
Oh.
today.
yeah.
So does that? Do they print the points in the book for 40K? They stopped doing that for Age of Sigmar, I believe.
I don't know.
I haven't cracked open a codex
Not
in
in
so
a while.
long.
Yeah,
I know that in a Games Workshop book you just ignore the points in the back because they're
It's gonna
always
change.
different.
it's gonna
yeah,
change.
they're
yeah,
never
So
use the app. That genuinely is probably the best way because at least then if you're
Yeah.
wrong you can go to whatever tournament and go, well, the official app had this, so
right.
I'm doing this. Except one time the app gave a guy in Age of Sigmar 80 damage per hit because it was supposed to be the code backfired. And the app
Oh.
was officially like, yeah, he hits on 2s and 3s, and he does 80 wounds per hit. And it was like,
awesome.
oh, that's got to be a mistake, probably. But I don't know, because 8 is still ridiculous. 8 wounds a hit
That's
is
a
insane.
lot.
So was the
what
other...
was it supposed to
yeah,
be?
what was it supposed to be? I think it was supposed to be like 2, and it's just coding pulled from a wrong table.
That was the cat walking across the table for sure.
The cat, that's the cat's favorite model.
It's coming back.
He's like, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going to run this war chariot that nobody owns.
Yep.
80 damage a hit. It says so in the app. The cat went to one tournament,
Yeah.
did that, and immediately quit the company. It's
Of
like, yeah,
course.
I won.
Yep, he gets his win and he's out.
Yeah,
So.
cats are jerks at Warhammer.
They are.
So don't be a jerk at Warhammer. Come out and play at Gigabytes and
Mhm.
hang out with a lot of cool cats, but not actual cats, because they knock
We
stuff
can't make
over.
it a cat cafe, Giga Cat. We have the robot. Can we Gigabot?
What
Giga
the Giga Cat? Can we just put cat ears on the robot?
Yeah.
I
Can we
think-
get a little robot head for the cat for a cat? That'd be awesome.
I would love to
this is
try
pipe
to
dream,
put
so, yeah.
a robot head on a cat, and just the amount of blood loss required
Oh,
to
yeah.
have that work.
Oh yeah, that would we would end up looking like Blood Angels. Look at that, tying it back to Warhammer,
Oh, nice,
coming back
nice.
around.
Well, we're not
So-
gonna beat that at all. So we should probably go ahead and sign off and get
Yeah.
outside and go. Let's go play some catch with your dad. The dad's out there. He came back.
Yeah, no.
It's time
yeah.
for catch.
Oh, yep.
Why is it came back? He just
Just
went
catch.
to the store.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
yeah,
It's not. Yeah,
totally not.
20 years ago.
Yep.
So
Well,
oh, well.
alrighty.
So for the rambles, I guess we're
was
pretty
a
much
ramble.
done here. Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
rambly, and we're sorry.
Okay. Yep. Oops.
So for the rambles, I'm Zach,
I'm Ryan.
and we'll catch you next time.
See ya.